What's up, y'all? This is On Point with Miss Britt, and today I'm bringing you Week 1 NFL recap. And I'm just going to start off by saying, before we even get into it, that I will not be recapping the Giants versus Cowboys game, because what is there really to talk about? It was 40-0, and Dak didn't even really have to do nothing. He threw for about 143 yards. Tony Pollard, he scored 2 touchdowns, and then Turpin scored another touchdown. The defense is the ones that did all the work. They did all the dang on scoring, because we made so many mistakes. So I'm sorry, there's nothing to talk about. I already made my reaction video, how I felt about the game. So we moving on to Week 2. So what I will start off with is Thursday night, we had Detroit Lions versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Chiefs, they were celebrating their Super Bowl win, but it shortly got spoiled by the Lions, because the Lions defeated them 21-20, honey. So Lions quarterback Jared Goff, he threw for 253 yards and a touchdown. Lions running back David Montgomery, he ran for a go-ahead touchdown late in the game. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he had 6 catches for 71 yards and a touchdown. And then rookie Brian Branch, he picked off Patrick Mahomes for a touchdown when he was trying to complete a pass to Kadarius Toney. And speaking of Kadarius Toney, he was the talk of the night. Kadarius Toney dropped 3 passes, including the one that Brian Branch, picked off. The Lions were trying to run out the clock when Jared Goff's 4th down pass near midfield was batted down. And this was my only thing. Why not run the ball? You're trying to drown out the clock. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, that is a lot of time for the Chiefs. You know how Mahomes get. You know how Mahomes, he does those quick drives. So it's like, they better be glad that the Chiefs, they got these, rookies out there. And then Kadarius Toney, he was dropping stuff. So, that helped them a lot. They better be glad for that, because you cannot leave that much time on the clock. So basically, the Chiefs, they got the ball. Kadarius Toney, he dropped a potential 20-yard gain. Then there was a deep completion that was called back. Sky Moore dropped a pass, and then there was a false start, leaving Mahomes to throw on 4th and 25, and that was game. Detroit's win 21-20. All right, so the next game was the Battle of Ohio, the Browns versus the Bengals. And 2 days prior, it was announced that the Bengals signed Joe Burrow to an extension, 5-year extension, $275 million. So, you think, okay, he got that money, he about to go in and ball. Nope. Browns defense said, nope, not happening. So they were attacking Joe the whole game. They kept Jamar Chase to 5 catches and 39 yards. And Jamar Chase, he ended up eating his words. He was talking about pregame, calling them L's. He ended up eating his words. But one thing he did not do was double down on what he said. He said what he said. Browns running back Nick Chubb, he rushed for 106 yards on 18 carries. And the Browns ended up defeating the Bengals 24-3. So I know next week the Browns face the Steelers, and the Browns is probably going to dominate. I'm sorry, Steelers fans. The Browns is going to dominate y'all. And the Bengals, they play the Ravens. So hopefully the Bengals can get back into their rhythm. I know the other day I saw that Joey B, he got a haircut. He was like, it's time to start fresh. So I know they focus. They trying to turn this thing around. And for some reason, during the beginning of the season, they always be looking, rocky. And then they end up turning it around and making the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. Next game, 49ers versus Steelers. And the 49ers stomped all over the Steelers. But I can't talk because I already know what happened to my team. So I'm just here to report the game. So 49ers versus Steelers. 49ers won 30-7. So remember, 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy, he had elbow surgery due to the injury that happened in the playoffs last year. So he's just now returning. He threw for 220 yards and 2 touchdowns to Brandon Ayuk. 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey, he ran for 151 yards. And then the 49ers defense, they had 5 sacks, 3 of them from second-year defensive lineman Drake Jackson. And then Pittsburgh, they either punted or turned the ball over in the first 5 possessions. And Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett, he finished 232 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. So it was a long day for the Steelers and their fan base. I can relate. So like I said, I'm not trying to be shady. I'm just saying y'all had a long day. And y'all might have an even longer day against the Browns. Okay, anyways. Next game. Dolphins versus Chargers. So I'm just going to put this out there. And this is only based off week 1. I know we got a long season. But so far, Tua is the best quarterback so far. In my opinion. The best quarterback right now. So Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, he threw for 466 yards. And that is the 4th most in an opener. He had 3 touchdowns. The game had 2 ties and 9 lead changes. Tua's 4-yard throw to Tyreek Hill in the corner of the end zone put the Dolphins ahead, and they ended up keeping that lead to seal the win. And then Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill, he had 215 yards, and that's the 3rd best total in week 1 history. And he for 11 catches, and then he also had 2 touchdowns. Dolphins running back Raheem Mostert, he had 37 yards rushing, including a 2-yard touchdown in the first quarter. And then Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert, he finished 23 for 33 for 228 yards with 2 touchdowns. One of them was passing, one of them was rushing. And Chargers wide receiver Austin Eckler, he had 117 yards, a touchdown, and that was his 4th 100-yard game of his 7-year career so far. Okay, we got the Eagles and the Patriots. This was Tom Brady's return to Foxborough. So you know Patriots fans, they was hyped. But of course the Eagles came in and they spoiled the fun, but we're gonna get into it. Jalen Hurts had a touchdown pass. Darius Slay had a 70-yard interception return for a touchdown, and that put the Eagles up early. Jake Elliott, he kicked 4 field goals. Trailing 25-14 late in the 4th quarter, New England got within 25-20 on Jones's 11-yard touchdown pass to Kendrick Bourne. The 2-point conversion failed. Jalen Hurts in the 4th quarter, he fumbled the ball and gave New England a chance. New England trying to go for the win with 27 seconds left. On 4th and 11, Keyshawn Boot appeared to reel in a catch on the 10-yard line, but the replay showed he only got 1 toe in instead of both feet in. And my thing is, I just want to say, New England could have won. They had 2 chances to score a field goal, but instead they went for it on 4th down, and they didn't convert. So if they would have, instead of going down, you always want to get the points. Like in certain situations, you want to get the points. They should have kicked them field goals during that time, and then they wouldn't have been doing all that rushing like they was doing. So they beat themselves, in my opinion, because the Eagles offensively, they looked horrible. So I'm just saying they got saved, and I'm not being a hater. But anyways, Jalen Hurts finished 170 yards and had a touchdown, and then Mac Jones 316 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. So the Eagles won 25-20. Packers versus Bears. The rivalry is still going. You know, Aaron Rodgers left, went to the Jets. So now Jordan Love, he's got to step up as the Packers quarterback. And he showed him. He threw for 3 touchdowns, 245 passing yards to lead the Packers to victory, 38-20. So it's looking like the Packers still own the Bears with or without Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Jones had a 1-yard touchdown run and a 35-yard touchdown catch. Romeo Dubes, he had 2 touchdown catches. Quay Walker returned an interception, 37 yards for a touchdown. The Bears lost their 11th straight game overall and their 10th in a row against NFC North opponents. And the Bears quarterback, Justin Fields, he threw for 216 yards, a touchdown, and he had a touchdown and an interception. He also ran for 59 yards. And remember, the Bears picked up DJ Moore from Carolina, but he only had 2 catches for 25 yards. They didn't even utilize him. Like, come on, y'all got to do better. What's wrong with y'all? Moving on. So prayers to the Bears fans. I hope they get this turned around. I really do. So next game we had on Monday night, child. We had the Bills versus the Jets. And I ain't gonna lie, because Sunday was rough for me. I was rooting for the Jets because I was so just disappointed in Sunday night. But as you can see, I am back on my team. But I was rooting for the Jets. I'm not even gonna sit up there and lie. And I may have, let's just get into the game. So this was Aaron Rodgers' debut as the starting quarterback for the Jets. And unfortunately, it ended in disappointment. So 4 snaps into the game, he was sacked by Buffalo's Leonard Floyd, and he fell awkwardly on his leg. Aaron Rodgers did. And it was revealed later that he tore his Achilles tendon. So Zach Wilson became the starter. He came in the game and threw for 140 yards. And he had he had that nasty touchdown pass to Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson, he is him. That is the man. There was a reason why he was Rookie of the Year, because Offensive Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, because he is bad. And I really feel sorry for those young men because Aaron Rodgers is gone. And Zach Wilson did say, whoever comes in, if y'all replace me, I'm going to give them hell. And I don't know what he did, but Aaron Rodgers is gone for the season. But I really do feel bad for the organization, for real. Like, all jokes aside, I feel bad for Aaron Rodgers and everybody. Like, that's just horrible. But Garrett Wilson, he had that nice catch. Zach Wilson also had an interception. And then the Jets defense, though, they came through. They forced 4 turnovers. And then Buffalo's quarterback, Josh Allen, was picked off 3 times by Jordan Whitehead. And with the game tied, Michael Clemens forced a fumble by Allen that was recovered by Quinnen Williams, setting up Greg Zerlin's 30-yard field goal to send it into overtime. Not to send it into overtime, to put the Jets ahead. Sorry. So what sent it into overtime is the Bills got the ball back and they drove it down the field, and Tyler Bass's 50-yard field goal is what tied the game at 16 with 2 seconds left to send the game in overtime. There we go. So in overtime, Buffalo got the ball first and they went 3 and out. And then when it came time for Buffalo to punt the ball, Jets rookie Xavier Gibson, he returned the punt 65 yards for a touchdown to win the game, 22-16. So, I heard in post game that, Josh Allen is putting the blame on himself. He dropped the ball because, he did drop the ball. Like, he had them turnovers. It was him. So, hopefully the Bills can get back into a rhythm and figure it out. And good luck to the Jets this year. Sorry, without Aaron Rodgers. They do play the Cowboys, so hopefully they can. I know the defense should be good. We'll just see offensively how they measure up with the Cowboys. But I wouldn't count the Jets out just yet. They'll figure it out. So I want to know, for week 2, who are y'all most excited to see? And rep your team in the comments. Make sure you follow my Instagram on _pointsport614, and make sure you like and subscribe. And I'm out.